Hi all. If you are a returning viewer, welcome back. If you are new, welcome. My name is Amira, and today, guys, we are going to talk about the top, I'm going to say 6, maybe 7 things that I have on my wish list for Black Friday. I don't plan on doing a ton of shopping on the actual day. I'm going to sort of scour the sales that happen before and after, maybe Cyber Monday. I'm honestly finding that a lot of the deals are actually better before the actual day, but we'll get. I'm wearing my glasses so I can see because I have to look at things and read them, and I can't read very well without my glasses on. First up, let's talk about clothing and fashion. So I have a few things on my shopping list that are fashion related. Not a lot. Most of them are going to be things that I feel are investment pieces that I feel are lacking in the wardrobe that I currently have. I own a ton of clothing, and I am slowly wanting to remove a big chunk of that through resell, declutter, donate, that whole thing, because I have a whole wardrobe that I had from my former life in corporate America that I haven't touched since 2020, and I haven't really done anything with it. It's just kind of like sitting in my closet, you know, sort of slightly mocking me because it's so much that just isn't getting used. So I do plan on eventually sort of moving a lot of that stuff out of my wardrobe, but the things that I want to bring into my wardrobe are things that I feel are great investment pieces for the winter season and in winter seasons forward. So the first thing that I'm looking for is actually threefold. I am a sweater lover. I love sweaters. I have a problem when it comes to sweaters. I love them. I never feel like I have enough of them. I probably have way too many, but I don't care. And the 3 things that I want to get are a really good cashmere sweater at a reasonable price. I really want to get a sweater from Cézanne that I've had my eye on for a little while. And then I want to get a really nice chunky wool cable knit sweater. So there are 3 sweaters that I have my eye on. So the first one is the cashmere sweater from Quince they call it their Mongolian cashmere crew neck sweater. And it comes in a plethora of colors. It is only $50 because Quince is known for their they try to sell things at, cost as opposed to a huge markup. So they have a ton of colors, and what I'm thinking of getting is I'll put it up on the screen. I'm thinking of getting the teak color. I love a good camel sweater. It just looks classic. It looks like something that I'll have in my wardrobe for a really long time and that I can pair with a bunch of different things. What I love about it is, again, I love a crew neck sweater. I love the cut of it. It's like modern but classic. And I feel like for $50 for a cashmere sweater, not too shabby. And I like the fact that their products are sort of ethically produced, and it is 100% cashmere, so it's not like a cashmere blend, which is nice. So that is the first thing that I have on my wish list. I don't know if Quince is having a Black Friday sale. If they don't, I'll probably wind up just buying it anyway because I do want it and I do think it's at a good price, just at the retail price itself. The second item that I have my eye on was a sweater from Cézanne. And the one that I really wanted sold out, and I haven't seen it. I don't see it on the website, so I'm a little bummed about that. But there was a second sweater that I had my eye on, so I might look at that if they have a good sale on it. And it has to be a good sale because it's like my second choice, not my first choice. And that is, and I'll put a picture up, it is the Ariel jumper, and I'm looking at it in the navy and ecru cream color. I don't have anything in that color. I love the neckline. I love a high neckline, and I love a turtleneck style neckline in the fall and winter. It's cold here in Chicago. It's freezing in the office that I work in. So having something that covers my neck and kind of just feels cozy. So I am very partial to those types of knitwear. So yeah, that is one item that I am considering if the sale is good. The third item, and this is probably the one outside of the Quince one that I am eyeing, is probably the thing that I am the most excited or the most adamant about purchasing, and that is a sweater, a 100% wool sweater. And I'm looking at Aran Sweater Market. And the sweater that I have my eye on, and I'll put the picture up, is this one here. It is the women's Aran knit crew neck sweater, and I'm eyeing it in the green color. And it is 100% wool, made in Ireland. And I just really want something that is really warm and toasty, and that will make a great piece for the winter season when it's really cold. One thing I will say is that I know for me, when it comes to wool, pure wool, 100% wool, can be really itchy. So I'm kind of eyeing it, but I'm also eyeing reviews on that particular sweater. It looks like a soft wool. It doesn't look like one of those thick, scratchy wools. So I'm feeling a bit confident that it'll be fine. But yeah, that is the third sweater that I have my eye on. The other item, and the last sort of fashion-y item that I have my eye on, are a pair of lug sole boots. Now, I have a pair of Chelsea kind of semi-lug sole boots that have seen their day. It's time to, you know, see them off into the sunset, and I need to find a pair that I feel would work for my lifestyle. I do a lot of walking. I do not drive, so I take public transportation. So I'm always like on my feet going, you know. I move a lot at work. So for me, I feel like I need to have something that can really take wear and tear, that'll be good for all season, as far as like winter, fall, spring, rain, snow, that type of thing. And so the pair that I've had my eye on is actually a pair that I found on Loft. They're actually Sorels, and they're not perfect. And we're going to talk about that. I want to get into the whole idea of like looking at things that aren't perfect. But they are kind of outside of the pattern, because there is a pattern on them, and I'll show you. I'll put a picture up. They kind of are perfect. It's like they're not perfect, but they're perfect. Sorel Caribou X Chelsea waterproof boot, and they are chunky boot. I'll picture up. I would like them in black, but as you can see, they are like a mock croc print, and that's the thing that's stopping me, guys. I just want plain black. Now, there are a pair of plain black ones, but I don't feel they're as cute. They are, and I'll put a picture of those up. They are the Sorel Joan Now water resistant Chelsea boots that are actually quite cute, but I feel like they're not as lug soley as I want, as the others are. I think they're called the Caribou ones. They're not as lug sole as those. They are the same price. They are online exclusive, so I can't really like go in store and try them out. But that is sort of the thing that I'm looking for. Those are sort of like, if I can find something like that Caribou boot that is smooth leather, I'm sold. But I have had Sorel boots in the past. They have lasted me years. In fact, I still have them. I just don't wear them very often. They're the big Kate the Great snow boots that are so heavy. And honestly, we haven't had enough snow in a really long time to warrant me wearing those boots. But they have come in clutch for many, many years. I've owned them for over 10 years now, and they are fabulous. So I feel like Sorels are good investment pieces, and they're things that they're boots that I know I can have for a really long time. So I'm looking at sort of Sorels or something in that category of a lug sole boot. All right, guys, so that is everything clothing wise that I'm looking at. As you can see, it's not a whole lot. It's sweaters and a pair of boots. I don't think that's insane. As far as makeup and beauty, I'm not looking for a whole lot this year. This year for me with makeup has been an interesting one, in the sense that I've tried a lot of makeup, but I haven't bought a lot of makeup. I've been, you know, very blessed to have some PR come my way that I've tried, and I have purchased things here and there, but I haven't been buying makeup at like high volumes, and specifically like eyeshadow palettes specifically, I haven't really been buying at a high volume. Most of the ones that I've had have come to me via PR, and I've had so much fun with them, and I enjoy using them and wearing them, but I'm not like in the market for palettes. There are a few palettes that are still on my wish list. Most of them are indie, and if they come up for, you know, a good sale, I might pick them up. But mostly what I've actually been looking at is fragrance. Fragrance was my first love. Fragrance was the thing that I used to purchase the most even before I got into makeup. And I'm kind of sort of rediscovering my love of it. I've worn fragrance this entire time. Like there wasn't a period where I was like, I haven't been wearing fragrance. No, I've been into fragrance since I was like I don't know. I think I got my first perfume, like my own perfume, when I was like 13. My mom was a huge perfume person. My grandmother was a huge perfume person. My father was a huge like cologne person. You know, my mom was always like, you know, you're not fully dressed unless you make sure you have your perfume on before you leave the house. And so I'm very much like that. Like I feel weird if I leave the house and don't have a fragrance on. So that is not new. That's not a new thing. I'm not new to this type of thing, but I am enjoying all of this sort of resurgence of fragrance within beauty, the beauty space. I'm really enjoying it, and I'm sort of keying in and clocking into that. I've done a few fragrance videos here on my channel. I'm thinking of incorporating more. You guys let me know if you're interested in that. I have a lot of fun doing them, so I might throw some out there and just see how they do. But yeah, I'm probably more in the market for fragrance. I'm really wanting to try some fragrance from Denim. I'm thinking I'm going to try maybe their Discovery set. I'm really interested in the Sniff No-No's Secret Menu fragrances, and they finally come out with minis, and they've come out with a bundle for their minis, and I am just like, yes. I really enjoy Sniff fragrances, but I'm really curious about the Secret Menu one, so that's sort of on my list to see what the sale will be like with that. I did try the Glossier fragrances in store during the Sephora sale. I wasn't wowed by Deux because it smells like stuff I already have. Deux very much smells to me like a mixture of Malin & Goetz's leather and Malin & Goetz's vetiver mixed together. And I actually, the next day after being in store and smelling those, I actually took both perfumes and layered them. And I was like, oh, this smells almost, not perfectly, not like an exact dupe, but they smelled so similar when I layered those two fragrances that I was kind of like, yeah. But I'm thinking of maybe possibly picking up Rev, but I don't know for sure. I'm not like, they have the little mini travel size, which you guys told me about, and thank you for that. But having smelled Deux, I don't know if it's a good purchase for me to purchase 3 perfumes when I'm only interested in 1. So if they ever come out with, if they come up with a travel size of just Rev by itself, I might pick it up. I don't feel the need to pick up the full-size bottle. I'm just not into full-size bottles of perfume right now because I own so many perfumes that I don't see the purpose in spending all that money and then, you know, only using it here and there, because I don't do the signature scent thing. I really go by how I'm feeling in the moment. Like it depends on, you know, when I wake up that day, how am I feeling? Am I feeling sweet and gourmand, or am I feeling like, you know, I want to do something smoky and leathery? It's all dependent on mood. So for me, I don't need a big bottle of something unless it's like one of my all-time favorite perfumes, which I do have fragrances that I own large bottles of because, or full-size bottles of, because they are some of my favorites. But outside of that, I'm just kind of like, nah, I'll deal with the travel spray. So if they wind up coming out with that by itself at some point between now and Black Friday, I'll be all over it. But otherwise, I would be holding off. But yeah, Denim and Sniff, and I'm thinking maybe Jo Malone, if they still have the little, there was this collection that they came out with that I kept sleeping on. I was like, yeah, I'll get to it. And I went on the Nordstrom site and they don't have it anymore, but it was like their classic British collection, but it was like a discovery set. I'm all about discovery sets right now. I think it's a great and economical way to try fragrances, especially from brands that you have never tried before. You don't know if the scent DNA is something that you're interested in. But I'm really interested in trying discovery sets from Denim, Sniff, and maybe the one from Jo Malone of the British collection. But that's the bulk of what I am thinking of. Makeup wise, there's a couple of glosses that I am interested in trying from Juvia's Place, and they're not new. They're old, and I'm actually wearing a Juvia's Place gloss right now. I am wearing the shade, I think it's called Miro. It's this one here. I've worn this all day today. I'm filming this video at night, so this is my face post 9-hour work day. And this is the lippy that I was wearing all day. And I love their glosses. I kind of want to replace some of the glosses that I finished up from them. I had finished up my Nubia Nude and my Brown Sugar lip glosses from them. And there's one called Maroon that I was not interested in until I saw it on someone else, and I was like, what gloss is that? And when I realized it was a Juvia's Place one, I was like, sold. So I probably, if they have a sale, I'll probably be picking up some glosses just to replenish the ones that I love and to try that one. But that's basically, I'm thinking it. Body care wise, I really want to, I'm hoping the Salt Air has another sale because I want to restock up on my favorite Salt Air shower gels for the season, and their body lotions I love as well. So I may be looking at those. And that's basically it, guys. Like, I am not gonna be buying a whole lot. I do have some things from Natasha Denona that I have my eye on, and if I decide to pick them up, of course, I will show them to you guys. And Natasha is going to be having a really good sale. I'll probably post some details about it. I am an affiliate with them, so I did get some information about the sale itself, you know, prior to it going live. And I think it's actually probably one of her better sales. It's going to be going multiple days instead of those like 1 to 2 days that she would normally do around Black Friday. She's actually expanded the sale, and it's a full week, which is great, including Cyber Monday. So there's a couple things I have my eye on that I might pick up. And if I do, of course, I will show you guys and talk all about it. But yeah, that's basically it. That's it. I don't feel like that's insane. I don't celebrate Christmas, so usually Black Friday for me is all about me and me alone, which is fabulous. I'm not purchasing gifts. I'm just buying for my own pleasure, which is nice, but also I own a lot of things and I don't need a whole lot of things. So I'm trying to temper what I'm spending my money on and being smart about how I'm spending it. And I also just feel like I feel a low buy coming on, and I don't know if that's going to happen, but you know how you have that moment where you're like, I feel like a low buy or a no buy would be great. I don't know if I'm going to do a no buy, but I can definitely see myself doing a low buy in the beginning of the year. But we'll talk about that on at a later date. But I have had thoughts and ruminations about a no buy. I think not only do I feel like I would like to do one simply because I don't necessarily need to bring a whole lot into my life, makeup wise at the moment, but also just economically, I'm kind of like, yeah, I could do a low buy. I could do a low buy and sort of tunnel that money away to something else, like a trip or, something fun like that, an experience, as opposed to things that I already own, but I'm just buying different versions of, you know what I mean? So yeah, let me know in the comments down below, guys, what you are doing for Black Friday. I feel like I'm getting the vibes this Black Friday, and I could be wrong, but I'm getting the vibe this Black Friday just from talking to, other creators and also friends of mine who are beauty enthusiasts, that everyone's kind of like feeling like they don't want to spend a whole lot of money this year. What are your thoughts? How are you feeling? Are you planning on, going all out, or are you really sticking to a strict budget and keeping things really simple and straightforward this year? Let me know in the comments. And if you enjoyed today's video, guys, please be sure to hit the like button, and I will see you in the next one. Bye now.